So this is a thought I had a while ago when I was rereading book 2. Actually, I was re-listening to it on audiobook. But anyways, early in the book, Tsunami attacks the Skywing. She assumed the Skywing had seen them and was coming to attack them, and she pretty violently attacked him first before he had done anything. And then all the other Dragonets of Destiny got really upset with her for that, because they were like, that was super violent, that was unnecessary, you really hurt this guy. And then Tsunami was really upset because she had done this thing that she didn't want to do. Like, it was not enjoyable for her to have to be violent like that, but she had done that out of fear for and love of her friends. And then they totally rejected that, and they were not cool about it. And something I noticed when I was reading that scene, and when I was not reading, but listening to, when I was listening to that scene and listening to another scene, is that Tsunami was kind of experiencing some forms of flashbacks there, because, like, she was seeing things differently than her friends were seeing them. And I could be pulling this out of thin air. But I wrote this down, actually. I made notes on it because I thought it was very interesting. But while those Dragonets, Glory and them, are admonishing her for attacking, Glory says that she thought he was yawning, and Tsunami is adamant that she was sure he had seen them and was going to call for help. And I always feel really bad for her in this scene, but I really think she, after her experiences in the Skywing Kingdom, because remember, Tsunami was the only one who actually got pushed to the point where she had to kill a dragon in book 1. Everybody else, I mean, except for Glory, but that was from a distance, and it's a little bit different from a distance. It's still very damaging, but Tsunami was right up close and personal when she killed Gil. Like, for Glory, I just feel like it was more removed. Anyways, Tsunami was the one who had to deal with that, and I just think that did things to her brain. And on that note, like, with Glory having to kill a dragon too, she was really a huge jerk in book 2. She was such a pain. And I think that was her own reaction to having to kill a dragon. I think Tsunami's reaction was heightened anxiety, which you might think, oh, that's totally not a Tsunami thing, but it totally is, because she's overprotective, and she thinks it's her job to look for threats and neutralize them because she's one of the best fighters in the group. So anxiousness is a totally reasonable reaction for her to have, especially having just survived this threat and having been forced to do these terrible things. But for Glory, I think her reaction was just to be a huge jerk, because I think that would be her vice/coping mechanism in this situation. Another note, something else I thought about, not in this book, but like later in book 10, Tamarin, when she was in the history cave, she said that she couldn't get the scent of smoke out of her nose. So I just think it's interesting how every now and again you get these little moments in the series, which is generally a fairly lighthearted series, Darkstalker notwithstanding. I mean, it's got its moments, don't get me wrong. But the tone overall is definitely very child-friendly, lighthearted, etc., especially when you compare it to some other books that I've read that are for a little bit of an older age group. So it's interesting to see these little moments throughout this generally lighthearted series that are more, I guess, realistic in how these events would affect the dragons who were involved with them. Anyways, what do y'all think? In that book 2 situation, was Tsunami in the right to attack that dragon, or were the Dragonets right and she should have just stayed hidden and assumed that he hadn't seen them? I would love to hear what y'all think. Thank y'all for watching, and have a great day.